Including 007 aftershave, hairdressing, and cologne. That's 007 for the license to kill women.
time, at that time,
Okay, hello again, viewers. If you're there, that means you're tuned into another Master Monkey affair, and I hope we are all ready to let down your hair, because we're gonna go steady with some beats in here, and we're gonna get some sounds off first, because it's not so cool when it's totally silent. And we look like a fool. Where's our standard hold music? There it is. Okay. Now I feel better and I can just speak normally. Welcome, viewers. If you're out there, as usual, you are attending a Master Monkey presentation. It's the only one of its kind in the nation. Tonight we got on the roster is the loudest battery-powered show on Earth. I actually have a delay effect on this thing. I should have used that. Yeah, I'm in a weird mood tonight, you know. And if you've been tuning into the show, I've been doing almost just like non-stop finger drumming stuff. It's not like I want you guys to know. It's not a thing that I'm switching over to or something. It's just an artist extending their retinue. So don't freak out. Don't unsubscribe. And don't go run away and hide. I got plenty more of the weird stuff that you came here for. And we're going to make some of that here tonight. Hopefully that'll set things right for you. Right. So I would also be interested in your feedback. Drop in the chat and let me know if you're interested in a particular sort of thing, like, hey, you know, I'm playing this at my party, so just shut up and make beats. That would be really awesome, by the way, if you were. If you did, and you came in and said that, I would totally commit myself to beats for your party. Or if you're like, hey man, I heard you talking smack about you're the fastest 404 in the West, which I am. By West, I mean the entire western portion of this galaxy. If you heard that and you came to see that proven or whatever, just drop in the chat. That's all it costs you. You're going to drop in the chat up there, and you're going to say, bring it, son. And I will jump at such an opportunity. Sorry, I cleared my throat on the mic. I know that's like a sin. I'm supposed to have a friend around again to remind me not to do that. His name is Cowboy Mike. Yes, introducing you to Cowboy Mike. We don't have a name for this young lady here. If you got one for her, a nice one. Then also drop in the chat, and if it's cool enough, we'll call her that, and then that'll be a way that you'll be a cool cat in the Master Monkey place, because you'll have named the girl that was just a face. Okay, we're gonna stop with whatever that is that I'm doing on the top, and we're gonna mess around with our samplers here, because that's the kind of things we've been doing for many years. Thank you. Subscribe here. Stay tuned. It's going to get pretty fun.
Master Monkey. Thank you. Welcome to Die Master Monkey. Thank you.
These experiments started not on tape recorders, but on paper. These experiments started not on tape recorders, but on paper.
Radio stereos. Radio stereos record. Radio stereos, recorders, everything in sound. Radio stereos, recorders, everything in sound. Radio stereos, recorders, everything. recorders, every radio, stereos, recorders, every radio, stereos, recorders, every radio, stereos, recorders, every radio, stereo. Radio, stereos, recorders, everything in sound. 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 Radio. Radio, stereo. Radio, stereo. Radio, stereo. Radio, stereo. Radio, stereo. Radio, stereos, recorders, everything, 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 everything. Everything, 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 everything. everything in recorders, 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 recorders, everything in recorders, everything in recorders, everything is recorders, everything. Recorders, everything is recorders, everything. Recorders, everything is recorders, everything is recorders, everything is recorders, everything is recorders, recorders, everything, recorders, 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 recorders. Recorders, everything is recorders. Recorders, everything in recording it, erased or recorders, everything in recorders, everything in record.
Hello. Welcome to Die Master Monkey. Thank you.
Absorb the audio-visual lessons. Absorb the audio-visual lessons. Absorb the audio-visual lessons. Absorb the audio, 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 absorb. Hello, shit, boy, don't eat those. Hello, shit, boy, don't eat those. Absorb the audio-visual lessons.
Pardon me, viewers, for a crazy hot mic there. And apparently I have just been doing finger drumming, practicing for an hour. Wow, was that an hour already? See why I do this? Yeah, I'm one of those. I also got to pick up some new samples. These samples are getting really tired. And it's not that I'm like lazy on picking up new samples. I like to try and find as many different ways to use something as possible. And I think if you get out of the habit of finding as many different ways as possible to use something, then you are losing an important creative skill that you need all the time. Anyways, that's a little art discussion there. If somebody has something specifically they'd like to explore, then do so. I think over the last little while you've seen me actually trying to test out a few new methods that I've been working on in terms of finger drumming stuff. Just to, not about speed actually, you guys have seen plenty of speed if you've been here before, and if you haven't, go to YouTube and or just Google Zima Technical. I got that angle covered already. Zima Technical, XEMA Technical. If you find a faster finger drummer, I already know who it is. There's like 3, maybe 2, maybe just 1. It depends. Has Arab Music retired yet? Does he want to retire? I could help if you're out there. Okay, what's up next? Some beats, some sounds. I said, man, I'm just really off my game today. I gotta tell you guys, I just really been grinding away at this thing. This, streaming stuff. And where's the background music? Okay, I mean, I just really been pounding away. Not, I mean, like literally pounding. You've seen that, and also, you know, figuratively pounding away at the streaming and the content and the stuff. I've been releasing like a video a day on YouTube and 3 scheduled shows a week here on Twitch, and I really appreciate the ones who show up. You guys mean a lot to me, that there are people in a really gaming heavy venue. I realize that this is about gaming, the whole thing, and this show has nothing to do with gaming. Nonetheless, there is a music category, and they don't seem to have shut it down. So what do we read that as? Like their implicit approval, or do they approve of this or not? If they do, they should really get behind it, because we really feel like if you're listening out there, Twitch performers on Twitch, which actually are a pretty popular thing on your service, I think we really feel like the redheaded stepchildren, and maybe if we put like high scores or something somewhere. Ooh, I'm like slagging on games now. What the hell? That can't go well in a gaming community. Yeah, I've written games, man. See, that's the thing. You don't understand. I think the programmers, gaming's different. You're running down a hallway chasing a zombie. I'm just navigating a data set. Might as well just use MySQL or something. I'll geek talk there. I think I'm tired out is what it is, man. That's what I was getting back to. What I was saying is I've just been cranking out a lot of content, and honestly, it's all in the hopes that some of it would draw some of your attentions out there, and you would just come in long enough to go, wow, this is really different. This is something that we should check out. It's not just another person spinning 2 records or clicking a mouse. They're actually performing. If you've never seen this before, this is the back of my SP-404, and you'll see that there ain't no emitter there that's headed out into the air, and that is because of the way that I do this, is with just the audio signals, and that's true. This is the way that you got to do it today if you're going to be in the lo-fi family. That's how we always do. That's how I do. Anyways, it's manual. If you just showed up, you've never been here before, you're wondering, why should I give a shit about this or whatever? Or why doesn't he just program in the beats? Well, that's boring, for one. Programming in the beats is boring, and it's no fun for me, so I probably wouldn't do it. As a result, there would be no beats, because I wouldn't do the thing. Also, I would be very uninspired as a result. The output would be boring. I didn't say the output would be bad or good. Those are different matters. But it would be boring. I think I'd rather be bad than boring. You can quote me on that. It might suck, but at least it's new. That's the thing. It's new. So guys, I'm sorry. I'm just like really tuckered out. Oh, I can do this. Look, we hit the hour mark. I gave you an hour by hour. Like always, hour of beats. And I don't slack off, as you know. I'm always doing the best I can. It's not always the very best. Ooh, nothing else is going on. I can play with the voice changer. And so, the thing about this is, well, first I want to thank you guys, the ones that have shown up. That's made like a huge difference to me. I needed that, actually, at the time. It's a big deal. So, thanks. All I ever wanted out of any of this, really, was just to get my work, whatever you want to call it, in front of the people. Sounds bizarre, I know, but
I don't really so much even care.
whether they hate it or not,
I just want to get it out there in front of them and let them make their own decision. And it looks like some of you like it.
and you decided you like it, that means everything to me. But even if every person on the planet
Heard, I don't know, new words.
maybe my best example, I think.
On YouTube, you could just
Search for new words, it's a vid. Anyways, if everybody saw that, that'd be enough. They wouldn't have to like me or buy anything, or if they hated it, that'd be good enough too. You know, I just want to get my stuff out. That's how artists are. And funny thing, I was thinking about this earlier, you know, because I was never really this beat heavy before I came to Twitch. What happened when I came to Twitch is I showed up doing my usual, really extremely bizarre avant-garde thing, which is really what I do. I'm still doing that. You're just not really noticing it because I'm hiding it in the beats. Yeah, as I showed up doing that, people were like, what? And had all these displays and stuff. There was like black screens and this face coming at you sometimes, like this. I thought it was fucking cool, but most people were like, what? So, I had like 16 unsubscribes in one day. And, got reported as spam. What am I selling? Mental illness? We never did this before. I think I promised to do this before. I promised to talk after the show. But usually after the 1 hour, my fingers are totally just tapped out. And, seriously, I mean, I'll soak them in hot water a little bit, not like your grandma used to, just a little bit. Just wash them in hot water. They feel better. But it's work, is what I'm telling y'all. Hey, it's Lazy Sloth. He's up in the chat, and he's the boss. I know I can tell you that. Hey, what do you think of what have you been thinking about attempted MCing? If you're out there and you're disagreeing, then offer for you to pay your respects and send your vote through your television set. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna take your volume, and if you want to vote no, you press your volume up twice. And if you want to vote yes, you push your volume up 4 times. And then our operators are standing by. Gormley said something really rude or something. Anyways, what was I blabbing on about? Oh, Twitch. No, I'm not like, oh, I'm going to quit Twitch or whatever, because, I mean, I understand. This is a gaming community.
In case everybody's
Ever wondered, I'm not some weirdo that just showed up out of, well, I am some weirdo. That's another thing, but I'm a Twitch fan, actually. I was a Twitch fan a long time. Before Twitch, I was a long play fan. And the reason is because even though I enjoy games, they bore me intensely. After about 15 minutes, I'm just navigating some other programmer's data set. What is the point? I mean, that can be cool and all of it. And I've written games, and that's fun. What's really fun is write a game and watch someone play it. That's awesome. And anyways, you all play games way better than me. It's more fun to watch a cute girl play a Star Wars game than I do, because she does it better. So I've been watching Twitch gamers for a long time.
under a different name, of course.
This is my pseudonym, so that Master Monkey can get as freaking weird as I want.
Too weird for a gaming community I know. Should we make noise? Let's make some noise. I'm just so burnt is that kind of thing. I wonder sometimes if some of you people are sampler heads. If you're sampler heads, like, where's my sampler people? I don't know how they do that. Where's my sampler people? Give me a shout out for the old Duster 202 crowd. Man, I'm really toasted today. Yeah, 'cause, you know, I do more than just the scheduled shows. I do, like, extra shows. Like at night especially, and just trying to catch people all different hours. Really just trying to put my sign up at different hours so people go like, oh, well, here's someone I didn't see, I might be interested in this. And that's what I've been doing. So I'm running kind of short on energy, both creative and literal and mental, and all this footage, all this music and music noise, whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't care. And I told you before, the weird thing is I actually consider myself an avant-garde performance artist.
Yeah, I know. That's not what most people would say, but that's what I call it. The beats are so that it has a structure that meets what you are expecting. Because people can be a bit disconcerted by things that don't at least have some sort of connection to what they know already. So, and I understand. I'm not condescending here. I get it. Deserve to be met halfway. So that's why I spent some time picking up this, working on my finger drumming kung fu. You guys have seen that. Anybody around here want to see a demonstration of that? I think I probably got one more in me today. If you want, I could do a quick run off of my smash hit Zima Technical, or maybe Expect More are the names of these tracks. You can find them on YouTube. Find me all on YouTube.
Just look for Die Master Monkey or
Master Monkey Must Die. Whatever. Those are, by the way, that's, except for the flute, that's mine anyway, so, we don't steal beats here. I mean, we do steal beats. That's funny, people say they steal beats. I thought they meant they steal individual beats, like the third quarter note. Actually, it turns out they're like stealing the whole frickin' thing. I mean, not just like a beat, not even like a phrase or a measure. They'll go steal like a whole frickin' stanza. And I mean, that's cool. That's an art form too. We're talking about collage, actually. If you've heard my earlier work,
Recorders, but on paper.
I haven't been doing this very long, actually. Not the streaming. The other stuff I've been doing on my own, quietly.
These experiments started not on tape recorders, but on paper.
For decades. Maybe someday we'll revisit that story. It's a boring story anyway. So I spent the last maybe couple of weeks focusing a lot of the performances on this William Burroughs thing and his discussions and interviews about the cut-up process. The cut-up process. Y'all should know about this thing. Actually, not only was it pretty influential to pop culture, all of that sort of crap. And Burroughs, obviously, you should know Burroughs. But I thought it was amusing. There's not a lot of Samplerheads in Twitch, I think, but the ones who would run across it, I hope they would kind of get the joke. It is a joke. It's funny, actually. So, just to paraphrase Burroughs, because if you were watching the show, you must have memorized his speech, because we sampled it 1,000 ways from Sunday, and then beat the crap out of it, and used it for all sorts of purposes. Anyways, a bit of his discussion explaining that in 1957, the writer Brian Gysin, a Beat Generation writer, Brian Gysin, observed that writing was at that point 50 years behind painting, and he borrowed the collage technique that had been used by avant-garde artists such as Marcel Duchamp and a bunch of Claus Oldfield, I think, maybe, I don't know. There's lots of a lot of the Bauhaus guys that were into photography, they took up the collage stuff. I know maybe some of you out there are thinking like collages, that's like a joke thing, but no, we're talking fine art here, right? So not like just joke collage stuff or ironic juxtapositions between social reference points and things like that. The cut-ups is funny because Burroughs explains how they transfer this process of a random juxtaposition of words on paper to tape. That's what he was talking about in that quote.
Not on tape recorders, but on paper.
He says the experiments started on paper, but then they moved them to tape recorders, and they used tape editing to do what? Guess what? Now we finally come to the reason this was all relevant, to do what I do, what we all do, all those Samplerheads do, especially the lo-fi people. Some people, like, I could actually fill up, you guys have never seen this. Yeah, let's do this. This might be fun. I'm going to play all of these pads. They're real brief because I'm not like other people. I don't have a whole song on each one of these pads, or even a half a song. You'll see how things work here and what's going on, what the different techniques are. So, medicated comfort shave. That's that. It's just that little bit. It's from a Noxzema commercial. I don't know what it's from. Some really old movie, maybe the credit sequence. A commercial for a cologne called 007 from the 60s. And that's it. That's the whole sample. Yeah, I don't take like a riff or something and then just like play it in a different order. I mean, that can be done really cool, and I've seen some people that do amazing things with that technique, but if that's all you're doing, if you're out there and you're listening, you're weak. Okay, that's not shit. Anyways, and by the way, if you do that and you make something that's really cool out of it, all the respect goes to the original artists who made those sounds. You get nothing. That's what happens when you steal art. Okay.
You expect...
That's sample one, piece of the Noxzema. That's a piece of a credit sequence. And a horn. A horn from a 007 cologne commercial.
You expect more from American, and you get it.
Oh, that's from a same set of commercials. This was a commercial for American. They used to be a gas station, I guess. I don't know. Hey, Zero Empire 10. Look, we have a new visitor. Hey, is there something wait, I do this wrong sometimes. First, allow me to welcome you. Welcome to the channel. I should inform you that we never usually talk this much. I don't know why I'm talking this much. It's because I already did my hour-long show and my fingers were taking a break. But, hey, if you showed up for something in particular, like you were like, hey, man, I heard you were the world's fastest 404, which I fucking hell am, then, and you're like, prove it, man, then yeah, I'll do that. Because it's true. I have been talking shit out on the street. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody came here to meet a monkey like me and asked me to give a beat to prove that he was badass as much as he been seen to be. And if you were just curious and wondering what the hell goes on in here, we make weird stuff with samplers and synths, and it's all analog, and there's no computers, and there's no MIDI. Right? And we like it that way because it expands and frees the potential of creativity and exploration and jazz-type improvisation, which is what we do here. No planning. We don't practice the same song over and over and over. We make it up on the fly. And if it sucks, we throw it away. And if it doesn't, then we call it a day.
And occasionally I find my way to a rhyme. It's not really happening all of the time, so
you don't have to worry too much about that. So sit down and take off your hat. And it is. Yeah, it's art. It was spookier than this before. Thank you, actually. That reminds me, I got totally cool shit planned for Halloween, you guys. It's going to be great because I'm a Halloween specialist, and I don't have it right now. Why am I not using Sonic Monkey tonight? Usually I use this application called Sonic Monkey that provides this constant sort of droney background that's random and yet still conforms to my choosing because I wrote the damn thing. So it works the way I like it to work. That's why it's never silent here. The one thing I can promise you on the Master Monkey channels, you will not have dead air. Because if the air goes dead, Lazy Sloth sings. He's got a lovely singing voice. So actually, and you would like to actually have that happen, but it never happens anyways. Hey, yeah, what do you want? You want to see? Have you never been here before? Should we show him something? Lazy Sloth. We'll show him sampler stuff he's never seen, that kind of stuff. And actually, you know what? If you guys don't mind, I did earn a little bit of a 5-minute break, but it's not going to be a boring break for you because I'm going to play this track that I just released. This is, and the cool part is, Lazy Sloth, no, actually we're still hanging out for a while. Lazy Sloth was here for all of it, of the recording of this thing. Because basically what we do is we record this stuff in real time to a multi-track recorder. You guys get the left channel, I get the right channel, and then it goes to it goes straight out to YouTube. The good stuff and the bad stuff goes in the bin. And I'm going to shut up. I do feel like playing a little bit. Yeah, let's make some noise.
These experiments started not on tape.
Drone.
everything in decorders, 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 everything in decorders. Everything in decorders, decorders, everything in decorders, everything in decorders, decorders, everything in decorders, everything in decorders, everything, decorders, everything in 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 decorders. Recorders, everything. Everything in decorders, 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 radios, stereos, recorders, everything in sound.
Zapraszam.
Sorry guys, that must have been weird. I was just messing with that thing for a long while, trying to figure out if there was anything there. You know, if they were, right, exactly. Most of the time I am pretty focused. Yeah, I'm way off my game today. You know, it's just like, I think I'm just tapped out. I did like 5 shows this week, maybe 6. It's 2 on one day, actually, because I've been streaming to YouTube, which, by the way, yeah, don't bother. So, yeah, I mean, usually it's an hour show, and I go pretty much full blast the whole time. And I did too, actually, today, go full blast the whole time. Although I would say maybe the blast was a little less full than it was on the previous show. The most recent show produced probably the fastest bit of finger drumming I've ever done, ever, and probably the fastest finger drumming you'll ever see. Certainly on a Roland SP. Damn, I'm rhyming again. We gotta stop that. We gotta put a stop to that. That can't happen. Yeah, it is. It really is. And it's not just, I mean, it's the one thing, you know, but the performing is one thing, because, you know, I hope you realize I do, at least you haven't seen me do much of it this time, Zero, but usually you should be able to gather that I usually do more work than, you know, some of the people. I'm not saying it's not work, you know, DJing's, it's a thing, it's work, obviously. Any streaming, if you were just streaming and, like, folding origami would already be stressful. So, they all get points for me. Yeah. Yeah, I know, the brakes. You're right, I know. This time I just totally forgot the brakes. The brakes was a big tip. Actually, someone else told me that, and it was huge. You are absolutely right. I didn't. Who would think that, like, people would tolerate brakes, but they do. And it does. It makes it, like, you know, just 5 minutes, you come back, you're totally recharged, and you're not all wigged out and stuff. I know people think, like, how could you be nervous? There's, like, one person out there, and they're like a nobody or something. First of all, that's not true. None of you is nobodies. And the other thing is, it doesn't matter if it's just one person. And it wouldn't matter if it was 1,000 people. And, well, that might matter. Might get a bit more nervous, but, I mean, shit, I get nervous just hitting record on my multi-track recorder. Just because I know, like, the mic is on, the shit's hot, it's go time, and any fuck-ups are going to be recorded. Oh, crap. Now, see, I got to censor that. Yeah, oh, yeah, I know, I really do. I've been messing with these for a long time. So, time to get some new samples in there and stuff. I get sort of emotionally attached to them. It's weird. I was saying earlier, actually, not really. Stop that. I was saying earlier, I'm not actually a beats guy. It's kind of like my way of meeting the world halfway. I guess the beats and stuff is popular. I consider myself an avant-garde performance artist. I know. It's laughable. No one would get that out of it, but, you know, all the weird stuff. And it used to be a lot weirder than this. It was a whole, like, art sort of display and everything, and people ran away in droves. So I had to get more traditional about it. I got this thing that I've been working on. I'm going to play it in the background here. Never mind, that won't work. Yeah, usually I don't have dead air here. My thing is the channel says music. You tune into a station and a channel that says music. You should hear music and not people talking about Pro Tools or whatever. And if you haven't heard me slag on that. Yeah, it's not that I don't know how to work that stuff. I'm a programmer, 15-year information security engineer. That's right, hacker. I know what the hell I'm doing. I know how to use all that kind of stuff. In fact, at one time I did have my stuff at least minified. And it just bores me, man. It's boring. It's not fun. And then the lack of fun leads to a lack of inspiration. And that leads to a lack of innovation. And then that leads to an entire nation full of boring art. And people who don't give a fart. I'm going to stop rapping, I promise. So, yeah. Oh, wow, man, you are really saving my life here. 0S Empire 10 is like a huge help to me. You know, people don't get it. You know, if you're like an experienced broadcaster, they're like, man, this guy's making all these new mistakes. And like, yeah, because nobody's told him yet. And it's not like there's even a FAQ on Twitch that tells you how to not screw up. We got to get some background sound. It's just my thing. We can't have total air. We can't have dead air. Yeah. I'm trying to sort of conform to the old traditions of broadcasting. Some of them are quite valid. You know, there's a good reason that dead air is a bad thing. There's a very good reason dead air is a bad thing. As people tune into your thing and think that their television or whatever else is broken. They're like, oh, my speakers are broken. There's no sound. You get it? This is why dead air is bad. So I try to never have dead air. Yeah, you're right. You are absolutely right. Zero Empire says that I need to I take more breaks and take more time to talk to people. Yeah, the weird thing is, I think, and that's true actually, and I've been trying to do that. I think I'll talk to people on the breaks. I think one thing I've run into a lot actually is they're accustomed to coming in and seeing a DJ or somebody working a DAW who totally can stop what they're doing and type on the keyboard or chat on the mic and go, and go, hey, and how's it going and all of that. But I actually can't do that. I mean, most of the time I'm flat out going the whole time, and I can't even like talk or something. I couldn't even talk. I barely even look up at the screen. If I looked up at the screen, I would get totally distracted and lose my everything. So it's performance is the thing here. There are other performers in Twitch. I'm trying to find ways of like disclaiming this up front so that people understand what they're coming in for. That you're not coming in to watch a DAW or something. It's a performance. No, it's not a drum set. It's a bunch of samplers. But it's a performance nonetheless. There's no replay. There's no recording. I don't hit play anywhere and then have the thing replay something. We don't edit. We don't edit, period. I was going to say we don't edit beats in a DAW, but actually we don't edit, period. I hit record. I perform. The parts that are good we keep. The parts that suck go in the trash bin. It was good enough for the Beatles, and it's good enough for me. That's just the way we do it, because that's the way I've always done it. It's funny, I actually didn't really take up streaming specifically. I just added an output from my multi-track recorder. You guys get the left channel, and I get the right channel. And That's cool. That's how it works, actually, because in mono, in lo-fi, which is my whole field, that's the genre in which I operate. The lo-fi field is all mono, and that's how we like it. But, yeah, the talking thing actually even bugs me. Like, where's the sound? So I just get so, you know, like, down on the thing. And actually, if you see me do actual drumming, which I haven't really much tonight, it's just last night I was all over the place. Last night I probably hit my highest BPM rate ever, which isn't something I'm aiming for, but you know, something I've been working on recently, just pumping up that particular piece of the skill set. And yeah, so actually kind of was taking that part easy today. But if you do want to see that, I think where's that? I have been sort of using that as a kind of routine.
Give him.
All right, Zima, the Zima technical demo is what I've called it. That's the first thing I've made that is actually like a routine or something. I don't even like to do that stuff. I'm serious, guys. I'm 100% improv. It's an art form. You can, like, look it up. Christian Wolf, there's a bunch of people that operate in this genre. It's a very obscure back alley of performance art, and it's where the priority of the performance is that it be improvised. Nothing planned. And hey, Katie Ella, nice to meet you, and welcome to the channel. Subscribe down. I have to point backwards. Right there. Subscribe down there, please, and promise you will not regret it. The company promises, the Master Monkey organization promises not to contact you with unsolicited announcements or anything like that. And anybody here never seen a finger drummer? Might not know what these are about. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it's crazy, actually. You should stick around early because the way I do this is in a bunch of different ways, not the way other people do it. I'll tell you the truth. My usual technique, this is going to sound insane to you. My technique usually was to sample things with the volume turned down so that I could not hear what was being sampled. And then I would just attack the samples in real time on camera and try to make something out of them and see what congeals. Actually, earlier, you know, I was talking about William Burroughs and the cut-ups and all of that. That's what all of that thing's about. It's about inspiration. Inspiring inspiration. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's about fostering inspiration by kind of breaking all your rules and throwing them out the window and then working with random rules and trying to make something cool come out of it. So that's what I do. It's actually my whole thing. It's not even about the actual output. It's about the process. Like I say, the strange part is some people, they'll be like, hey man, that's pretty good lo-fi, so I guess I'm lo-fi. And then other people will be like, oh, beats, and so I guess I'm beats. But to tell you the truth, I categorize myself as an avant-garde performance artist. I know. Well, what do you know? Let's make some stuff anyways. We should make some noise, because I figure people show up and they're like, why am I looking at this equipment? And why is it all covered in tape? And why are the numbers all worn off of that guy's buttons? And then pretty soon you find out. Oh, by the way, it's covered in tape because the edge on the 404 is really sharp. And in my opinion, and sometimes I'm just wailing on this, and I've been hurting my hand there. Let's make sound.
Something. will be truly căci analitătugi acel două tempan, 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 două
You expect more from American, and you get it. You expect. You. You expect more from America. You expect more from American, and you get it.
Wow, thank you, Zero. That's very informative. Thank you very much. Yeah, things I did not know. Wow, is it 3 a.m.? Oh, it is where you are, huh? Yeah, man, if you're an insomniac, you should... Oh, you just told me not to tell people to subscribe. But seriously, I'm a total insomniac. It's not uncommon to find me here, way into the night. Not usually talking. I'm making weird drone stuff. I make drone sound at night and old school lo-fi beats and stuff by day. All of it being, of the neurotic variety. So, yeah, man, my finger drumming's really sucky tonight. We've been having some talks out there. Hey, you guys, hey, thanks a lot. By the way, if you guys out there, I know there's people who listen who don't go in the chat. I know because when I am not Master Monkey, when I am my regular Twitch personality, I use it on the Xbox, and there's no chat functionality. I don't know if broadcasters know that. But yeah, I mean, so there's, viewers out there that you might be like, how come you guys aren't saying anything? But you really can't say anything on the Xbox version. You just look at it. So, how was I going with that? Yeah, my brain's toasted too. I think I need to take like a day off or something. You guys have seen me. I've been pounding away in here recently. It's just the show's been crazy. And, we are doing that. Right. Shut up. Right. Beat shows by the day time and then drone shows at night. And they're all really weird, and they're supposed to be weird. We like it that way. They're like crazy sounds. Most of these sounds, I can show you where all of these sounds came from. They're funny. From, I think that's from a Noxema commercial. Yeah, Lazy Sloth was here the other night when we put that together. It's just put it together. We didn't even do anything. It's not like in a DAW where you're like clicking on this and click on that. And, should I change the things by milliseconds and quantizing and all that? No. I mean, we just decide which section of the commercial we're going to sample, and we play the commercial, and then we hit record at the right time, and we hit stop record at the right time. And that's pretty much it. And what we get is perfect, no matter what it is, because it's already perfect, get it? So it's already perfect. It doesn't have to be changed, because it's perfect by definition.
Medicated comfort shave.
That's what we got from the Noxzema commercial. It was awesome. Some old movie. I think it's from the credit sequence. I just like the way it sounded. That's a horn hit from somewhere.
You expect more from American, and you get it.
And that's from a 1960s commercial for American gas stations. This is, I guarantee you, not a sample that you buy like on a sample library. Just to make it clear, that it should probably be obvious to everyone by now. I don't own a single sample library, and I've never bought or downloaded a sample from anybody. And I ain't gonna. And it has nothing to do with money or whatever. It's just I'm a prima donna when it comes to art. And this is art, y'all. And if you make a piece of art made out of pieces of Picasso's paintings, what the fuck have you made? Picasso's paintings. So these are all my shit. Now, if you make art out of the back of a box of cereal that you found smashed up on the ground, and you make a beautiful piece of art out of it, so much so that somebody goes, wow, that's beautiful, and you go, no, it's not, it's trash. Now, you've made art. That's worth doing. That's why I do this. It has nothing to do with the sound. Plenty happy to do it and then throw away the results. Yeah, these actually, the funny thing is, here's the funny part. So this is actually a pretty standard layout. If anyone out there is interested, this is not an uncommon layout for a sampler. And I'm sure, I could tell Zero seems pretty well clued into this kind of stuff. The 404 only has 12 pads, so this is rather Spartan by modern sampler standards. They would usually have at least another row, so 16 pads. But the general layout's usually roughly the same. We tend to have drums and rhythm type stuff near the bottom because you're going to use them a lot. And then there's different specializations within that you can make use of. And if you got questions, let me know. I got some killer tips for you. And then usually up here, we put, well, the usual rule is they put musical stuff up here, like a musical phrase. It'll go like la 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 la, and then this will be like la 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 la. It'll be the second part of the phrase. Maybe this is the chorus or something. And I don't know. And then so they basically just play the song. It'll be like first verse, second verse, third verse, fourth verse, and maybe they go first, second, third, first, fourth, whatever. I don't know. Anyways, it's boring because it's repetitive. It's a formula. It's a pattern, and it's dull as shit for me. And even if it's not dull as shit for the audience, it's dull as shit for me to do, so I wouldn't do it as a result. Now, so the reason I mention this is before I started streaming on Twitch, all of my pads were full of this stuff. None of them had drums on them. They were all that. Crazy stuff. And I would use, like, that's not a bad drum. Why don't we just use that for a drum? What the hell? There you go. See what I mean? No, it's not a drum. It doesn't sound like a drum. But it's got a definite percussive element to it. I can use it in a percussive role when I need a percussive sound. I don't care if it matches a formula, like, so there's supposed to be a tom, and there's supposed to be a kick, and there's supposed to be a snare. I didn't before I came here. I say I don't, but I do now. Because the audience should get what they want. That makes sense. I mean, what do you do? Force people to listen to your stuff? At least you got to meet them halfway and give them what they want. And they want this. That's what they want, so that's what I give them. But I just add that to my regular insanity repertoire. So I continue making my normal, neurotically bizarre, sort of sometimes rhythmic, often not at all rhythmic, avant-garde noise thing that I've been doing for 10 years. And I add rhythm and some of the popular beat styles, And that's the thing now, right? So I just do this. Yeah, so that's what we do. That's the standard. So really, this is my old way up here. And I've modified all the pads on the bottom. They're all now rhythm. I did that for Twitch, and for the public. I guess I did that for the public. They want drums, so so I give them drums. Yeah, I got this. I used to have, talking about sampler layouts. Since we're on this is interesting. I used to put the snare down here. Down here, where my thumb is, down here. So this is my snare, so I would be doing this the whole time. Well, imagine that's the snare sound, though. That was my snare. And the faster you play, you're going to want to do, eventually, eighths and sixteenths and 30 seconds on that. And if you're going to do that with your thumb, it turns out to be really painful after a while. So, hey, good night, Zero. Thanks very much for tuning in, man. You know what? Your tips are actually gonna make a difference. Trust me, I'll remember every one of them. I'm gonna pick them over and apply them. So thanks a lot. I appreciate that from the noob. I'm sure might be a long time ago for you, but I'm sure you remember. It's totally lost when you show up, and they don't really help very much, actually. I'm sure if you have a Totino's sponsorship, they're real helpful, but if you're just an outsider trying to take advantage of the platform, well, good freaking luck until you get up to a few thousand subscribers, and then maybe they'll answer your phone call. Me, like I said before, I don't even care that much about the, how many. I just, want to get it in front of the people. If you guys like some of it, that's awesome to me. That means a lot. And that's why I do it. Do it. Someone should tell me whether I should continue pursuing this rapping angle or not. I'm gonna think not, but oh, okay, good. Oh, sorry, Zero. Yeah, I misinterpreted that. Oh, so do subscribe here. Oh wait, no, I shouldn't say that. I get what you were saying. You shouldn't do Russell Brand. I was impersonating him. I thought he was cool. Before he went insane. And he was even more fun after that. So, yeah, you're right. Okay, so no pandering. Yeah, I know how to figure that part out, too. You can't be we're all having super fun in here. I also tried the incendiary thing. Don't do that. Yeah. What was it? Oh. Free crow lunch for suck-ass DJs and beat impersonators. Or something like that. Just get a bunch of angry people. I got nothing against DJs, by the way. I think what they do is cool. They entertain people. It's just when they come in here and tell me I'm not doing it right. I'm doing. See, I'm doing this. These are my beats, not J-Lo's beats or Belle Biv DeVoe's beats. I mentioned Belle Biv DeVoe specifically because, let's face it, they have some killer frickin' riffs back in that old stuff. Man, Zero's got the primer for, he's the primer for Twitch broadcasting. Why don't they write this stuff down? It's there's nothing on there about, maybe how to approach people, what's Twitch etiquette? What's Twitch etiquette? I mean, if someone subscribes to your channel, do you subscribe back? They don't have any subscribers because they don't stream. They're like a viewer. There's an audience and a audio. What's the other one? Performer. There's an audience performer dynamic in Twitch. They don't tell you this. You got to figure it out. Good night, Zero's Empire 10. Man, this guy's awesome. If anyone's listening and Zero's got a channel, you should subscribe to him because he's a cool dude and he helped us out a lot over here. Good night, man. And lucky for him, he doesn't suffer the debilitating insomnia that the drone somniacs do. wonder if I might do some Dronsomnia later. Yeah, at night, listeners, if you're in there, it's weird. I get people who are attracted to the drone sound, and then they see some of the finger drumming expositions, and then they unsubscribe. And but no, I'm both, because they're like, oh, this guy's all finger drumming, and then the finger drumming people and the beats people are all like, what's this weird drone stuff? And no, I'm both. I'm sorry, I'm schizophrenic. So. So is my art, and to me, this is an art. It's not a formula. It's not a way to get girls twerking or something, or whatever. I understand there are certain fashions and standards in popular music, and if you want attention, you should give people what they want, but not exactly what they want. You should give them what they want, right? Your version of what they want. Otherwise, what's the point? We're all generic Big Macs or something. Gotta be different. So, but he is right. I really do gotta swap out these drums. They are tired. I have tapped these suckers all to hell. And they're on they're pretty much on all my tracks now on YouTube. If you haven't heard me describe that before, this is my production process. I hit record, and I hit stream on there. I perform the stuff straight through. Later, next day, over a couple days or something, I got a backlog. I watch it myself. I note down the good parts that are between 1 and 3 minutes long, and then I release them individually. That's it. No editing, no DAWs, no cuts, no nothing. It's mono even. It's old school. I might as well be the Beatles recording in the cavern. So there's no editing at all. I pick the beginning and the end. I don't think I even do fade outs or anything. Nope, not even fades. It's just the footage straight off of the stuff. So yeah, it's 2 hours of meh, and then occasionally a 3-minute segment of holy crap, how did I stumble across that? And yeah, that's what I thought so too. Thank you. Because there's many people that don't know, right? They'll be what the heck's going on here? Where's his computer? They're like, how come they don't see, the DAW on the screen? There's a sample in there that's too long. It's like a whole measure or something. That violates my personal production rules. We do not steal music. We can steal beats, that's okay, but not music. Not like a whole measure. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, maybe that could be the break, huh? I'll take like a break and then my fingers don't go. Yeah, I don't usually tell anybody that, but it does hurt once in a while. You do this kind of stuff. I didn't go that fast tonight, but if you check out the video on YouTube, Zima Technical, it's called Zima Technical, XEMA Technical. It's really, really fast, and I think it redeems me for any sluggish performances that I ever have. I can say, look, I already got my creds. They're right there, and they're at something like 900 BPM or something. No, I don't know. This is not it's not that fast, but it's crazy fast. I didn't even know how I did it myself. You ever done anything like that? Isn't that cool? Yeah, it's one of those. It was like I did it. I think Lazy Sloth was here. It was like the other night. You were here. It was I don't know, the night before last or whatever. And we'd been at it like 3 hours here, and then I just thought, before I leave, I'm gonna just go nuts and wail on this. And I looked at the recording in the morning. It was frickin' 3 times faster than Benjamin Lau, and considerably. It would totally shred Eighth Wonder, who is supposed to be a badass, and I'm pretty sure it could take Arab music too. Nightbot, I'm gonna get that. What is that? Nightbot. That sounds a little insidious. The Nightbot was lonely that night, so he fired up his radar systems. and started scanning for MILFs. The Nightbot. Yeah, I think I gotta hang this mic on something. I got a thing here. So. The rapping, I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I thought I could do it, because I thought, here's the thing, okay, so I'm a little embarrassed about this. As an artist, you know, you want to avoid changing your stuff too much, right? But like I said, you got to compromise. And so I've been trying to find ways to be more appealing. You know, I added a bunch of drums down here. Spent a few days, you know, honing my finger drumming skills so I could have a little novelty to impress people with. Stuff like that. You know, kind of gimmicky. It's a bit of gimmicky, actually. Also, it's a good attention getter too. Although it's a bit gimmicky because you can make outlandish, incendiary statements. I'm the fastest in the West. Come prove me wrong, or something like that. Anyway, so that's good. But I don't want to change it, you know, just in order to appeal to people. But I thought, hey, a rapping drum machine player, a pad banger who raps, does that exist? Is that even possible? I tried it the other night. It's freaking impossible. Even if you can rap and you can bang pads like nobody's business, I don't think you're gonna do both. And it did, you know, put me in mind of the fact that there are extremely few singing drummers, right? And they usually do backup vocals when they do. It's not like they really sing. I'm thinking of that three-piece, The Jam. Remember from the 80s? That's a three-piece, and so if you're in a three-piece, everybody has to do everything. That makes sense. So they all sang, including the drummer. Anyways, you can't rap, and even if you can rap, and I can't really rap, I never tried it before. I just kind of freestyling, and I really suck at it, but even if it sucked, the point is it feasible? And it's not feasible. Doing the beats at any semblance of speed requires pretty much your entire concentration, I think. And I think this is why you usually have MCs and DJs. The DJs don't talk, and the MCs won't shut up. You ever notice that? And the DJs are completely silent. All they got is records and the headphones and their head down, and they're cranking out sounds and crazy noises the whole time, and they do not speak. So I was real hesitant to pick up the good night, Zero. Thanks, man. He's awesome. That guy's awesome. Thanks, Zero. Guy's awesome. That's a big help to me. Excuse me. I think we turned into a chat program. We chatted about music. Hey, I had this idea that what I might do like a show where we do like a Sampler 101 or something like that, but it would have to be pretty specific to the way I do things. Because other people, though, you can find a billion Sampler 101 tutorials on YouTube, and they all say the same thing, and you know what's coming. I'm going to be disparaging about it. It's true. They will tell you, you know, pick this one record with an awesome riff, and then they put one part of the riff on this pad, and another part on this pad, and another part on that pad, and another part on that pad, and then they proceed to play them in order and call themselves a musician. It's weird. That's how they do, just like that. You don't really need to, because you could use a piece of software to do that. Or you could just not chop the song up and let it play by itself. Same results, right? Anyways, that's not what I do. It's not because I'm stuck up, it's just because I don't see the point. The song already exists, and it's a good song. Now, if you did it with a crappy song, if you took the Baskin-Robbins, you know, advertisement and you turned it into an awesome, badass dubstep monster or something somehow, then that would be impressive. But this whole, like, just replay the song in a different order or something, seriously, guys. I mean, it was cool the first time, beat flipping, but come on. It's time to move on. If there's any sampler heads out there. It's time to move on. I mean, is this thing an instrument, or is it something really boring? It's a musical instrument, actually. It's musical. You put your scare quotes around the musical part if you like. I don't even really like that term. I just like sound. If you like the sound and it makes your butt move, I guess you call it music. Or if it doesn't, then you call it sound. I don't see the distinction. So, anyways, it is a sound and or musical instrument in however you want to see it. These are the affectations of the instrument. You know, this is the embouchure, and this is the bell, and this is the trigger. This is the D-pad, and it's no different. It's just an instrument, but so treat it like an instrument. It's not a calculator. It's just program in a song and then operate the song. That's your computer operator. That's what you are, a computer operator. So don't do that. Just be natural, man. Go human on it. Go bananas, man. And throw the instruction book away. Well, no, read it first, and then throw it away. Or ignore the part that tells you how you're supposed to use it. Just make up your own way to use it. Then you'll have your own sound, and you won't be just like everybody else, who flipped the same beats from the same songs. I mean, 100 guys have flipped beats from the exact same song. I bet you play all of their flips all in a row, all their tracks in a row. You can't tell who did what. I bet you those guys can't tell who did what, because they all sound the same. That's not enough, man. You're in art. This is art here. Art requires more work. Oh my God, get me off the mic. Let's make some noise. hello viewers, if any of you survived that experience. Actually, as I'm sure you know, that wasn't really my best night. There's probably some good stuff in there, you know. Also, every night I think the show is bad, and then I check it out the next day, and I'm like, yeah, that wasn't so bad. I mean, it's bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was. So I hope you got a couple of enjoyable minutes out of it. And if you're still skeptical, you're like, what the heck is with this dude? Then you should go check me out on YouTube. Just look for Master Monkey. Master Monkey Must Die, all that kind of crap. I'm on YouTube, on SoundCloud, stuff like that. Pardon me. And sorry. That way you'll see the whole picture. Again, these are not performances. I'm freestyling it or whatever. I'm making it up, and then when the samples are all used up, I usually pick out some new, pretty much pseudo-random stuff and see what I can make out of it. Again, it's cut up collage technique, right? This is not an accident. We're doing this on purpose. I tried it the other way. It was boring. It was so boring and so sterile, nothing interesting came out. So I went back to this. Right. Tune into the next show, which is tomorrow night, at a minimum. I also have frequent unscheduled shows, so if you subscribe, I'm not saying that you have to, but if you do, you would benefit from these alerts that say, oh my god, that crazy monkey's back on again, even though it's like 2 o'clock in the morning and there's nothing scheduled. Also on day shows too. I do drones at night, so if you're into that, drone sort of rhythmless, mostly formless sound meant to be experienced and appreciated audially, in audio terms and not necessarily musical terms. Who deleted the link? And what was I going to say? Oh, I was going to play this thing that I've been working on. So, and the cool part is, you guys, well, the ones who've been following this. My goodness, I just yawned on the mic. I'm sorry. The ones who have been following this whole fiasco, you're going to get to see where this stuff goes. Now, previously mentioned that I take the bits that are good and put them up on YouTube. That's my most popular venue, I guess. And they're great, actually, because they have the footage of me actually doing it, you know, with you guys on Twitch. And the chat, by the way. So, just all that stuff is in there. And anyway, I literally just take the footage right off of there, and it's good. The good stuff that's good, maybe 1 to 3 minutes, I put it right up on YouTube, and I'm done. Out of a usual 1 hour show, I might find a 1 to 3 minute example that's a good representative, and I'll take that part out and say that's good. Sometimes I have a show. The other day we had a show that's so awesome that's still producing popular stuff. It's just cranking out hits out of that show. Do tune in, and so you'll pick up one of the good shows. Most of them are really good. This one not so hot. At the track, man. I told you I'm just like really spaced out. I've been like skipping sleep so I can practice finger drumming and stuff like that. It's crazy. And working on this thing that you're about to hear and some other stuff. Lots of stuff. I'm just working this, you guys. So if you could toss an old monkey a bone. Monkeys don't eat bones. What's up with that? If you toss a monkey a banana and subscribe or something like that. I'm just saying, I'm working real hard for this too, you guys. I don't want you to think that I'm like slacking off. You know, why should I give this guy any of my time or attention? Because he's just a slacker. I mean, look at him sitting there spinning his records or something. But I'm not. I'm like, bam, bam, bam. I hit every one of these notes for you guys. Actually, it's for me. But, that's the pitch. Yeah, see, there? There's 6 more notes for you right there. And another 2. They're all for you guys. I do them all myself with my little fingers. And the track, here we go. Okay, cool. Well, it's about 7 minutes long. We're going to close out the show with it. As I said, it's actually cut from performances that were here on the show. That Lazy Sloth was actually present to observe and all that. So you might recognize them, but you might not, because on the way to becoming a track, they take one more trip through my 404 and get whacked up a little bit. But that's cool because he'd be like, "Hey, you're resampling," but yeah, I'm resampling me. So it's all authentic and it conforms to our prima donna art standards here at the Master Monkey Art Academy of Anarchy Art Academy. There's a rhyme in there somewhere. Anarcademy? Okay, well, here we go. And thanks very much, you guys, for tuning in. I'm going to sign off during that part, but I'll operate the mixer as we play that thing. I hope you guys like it, and it's going to be good, I think. I don't know. Again, as you know, absolute minimal editing. I just take the live copy, run it through the 404. Thanks, you guys. Good night. Hope to see you more. Follow me on Twitter, too. If you want news, I'm on Twitter, DieMasterMonkey. You can get all kinds of info and crazy shit sometimes. Catch you later. Love all ya. Stay true.
Everything in sound.
I'm sorry. I promise we'll try to see that you didn't die. All right, let's not stand around. We've got to do it.
Hello. Welcome to... You crazy?
There's a 007 gift set for every assignment. This one packs the full line, including 007 aftershave, hairdressing, and cologne. That's 007 for the license to kill women.
At that time,